Universal Studios Florida is one of the most visited theme parks in the world, and since the addition of Diagon Alley a few years ago, it has only continued to grow in popularity. Here are some of my favorite tips for visiting Universal Studios Florida. First tip, don't purchase Express until you actually arrive at the park. Lots of people purchase Express for their vacation long in advance, but you may be throwing your money away. Instead of purchasing it before you get there, or even in front of the turnstiles, wait until you actually see how long the lines are. You may find that the lines are only 10 to 15 minutes long for most attractions. If the lines are too long for your taste, you can always pop into a gift shop and purchase your Express passes the day of. Most of the gift shops sell them, just look for the sign out front. Do keep in mind that all the Harry Potter attractions do not accept Express, so you'll still have to wait for those even after dishing out all that money. Plus, there's one more tip later to help you keep the wait times down, and it's free. Next tip, be sure to eat lunch early or late, just not when everyone else is. Most people eat lunch around noon to 1 p.m. If you eat before noon or around 2:30 or later, you'll have a much easier time finding a table. And since everyone else will be eating lunch for those few hours in the middle of the day, many of the lines for rides will be lower. My pick for lunch is always Finnegan's Bar and Grill in the New York area. Even though it's a table service location, I find it to be a great value, serving perhaps the best food in the park. They usually open at 11 a.m., and if you wait by the door before they open, you can get a seat immediately. On the other hand, if you want to eat at the Leaky Cauldron in Diagon Alley, you may be better off in the afternoon. Big-time Potter fans will queue up when this location opens around 11, creating a line right off the bat. But hey, that means it's a great time to go ride Gringotts. Single rider lines can save you time. As someone that visits the park by myself a lot, I love the single rider lines. They aren't always that much faster than the regular line, especially on really busy days, but most of the time they are. I'll use the single rider line to redo something I just cannot get enough of, like Revenge of the Mummy. Of course, the downside to using a single rider line is that your party will not be able to ride together, which if you have smaller children may be a deal breaker. But if you don't mind splitting up, or this is your second, or third, or fourth ride on an attraction, the single rider lines are a great way to save time. I will say that Men in Black Alien Attack and Escape from Gringotts have really interesting queues and pre-shows that you'll miss if you wait in the single rider lines. It's important to experience those queues fully, at least once in your life, before indulging in the single rider experience. Okay, now we're getting into super secret territory. If you ask nicely, you and your family may get your very own tour of the immigration floor and Men in Black Alien Attack. The immigration floor is the big room with the giant screen in the queue. In the film, it's where the aliens must pass through customs before entering Earth, which is why it's called immigration. So here's how you do this. First, put all your loose articles in a locker. That way you're ready to ride when the time comes. Next, locate the greeter out front and ask them if there's anyone available to give you an immigration tour. If they're not too busy and someone is available, a team member will take you down to the immigration floor. There you will be able to sit at the MIB agent desks, sign a guest book, take pictures with the two aliens at the controls, and most importantly, receive confused stares from all the regular people waiting in line above you. When you're finished on the floor, you can ask your guide for a chance to ride, and you may be able to get right on, skipping the line. Again, this is a secret, so there's no guarantee there will be someone available for a tour, but it never hurts to ask. The other secret you're not supposed to know about in our last tip for today is the Mummy production tour. Just like the immigration tour, this experience is not guaranteed, and just like the other one, start by placing your loose articles in a locker. Ask the greeter near the Mummy's ride entrance if someone is available to give your group a production tour. If they can, a team member will show you around the different parts of the queue, explain the backstory of the attraction, as well as some interesting information about the making of the Mummy movie. You may get to see actual props used in the making of the films, and if you're really lucky, your guide may take you under the roller coaster track to show you how the track switch works at the end of the ride. Just like the Men in Black tour, they may also let you go on the ride without waiting in line. If the team member asks whether you'd like them to ride with you or not, always say yes. They can point out hidden Easter eggs on the ride. Unlike the other tour, which can be brief, this one may take 20 to 30 minutes, so keep that in mind before you start. And always remember to say thank you when the tour is over. That's all for now. If you've got your own tips, let us know in the comments. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and visit OrlandoParkStop.com for more tips and tricks. Thanks for watching. See you next time.